For our featured presentation this morning, we have our new city manager, John Klimm, who will share with us some impressions, observations, and opportunities. John comes to Aiken after more than 30 years of experience in the field of public administration and public service. His professional career includes positions as city manager, town administrator, chamber business liaison, regional housing director, state legislator, assessor, and college professor. Most recently, he served 3 years as the town administrator for Portsmouth, Rhode Island. John has a bachelor's degree in political science and economics and a master's degree in public administration from Bridgewater State University. He's been married to his lovely wife, Dolores, for 24 years and enjoys sailing and playing golf. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Klimm.
Thank you very much, and good morning, and thank you, Mark, for those kind words. It's really an honor for me to have been asked to say a few words about my observations over the first month of employment here. I want to start by thanking all of you for your extraordinary kindness and warm welcome by so many of you and your leadership team here at the Chamber. David and Emily and the staff have been incredibly helpful, and I truly appreciate it. My wife Dolores and I decided to come to Aiken for some obvious reasons, probably the same reasons as many of you when you decided to stay here or to move here with your families yourself. When we first came to Aiken to visit and then back again to interview for the job, we simply liked what we saw. And during the interview process, I met a city council. While diverse in thought and philosophy, we're made up of individuals who believe in civility and respect and decency. All too often these days, city council meetings across the country remind us of the scene in the movie Animal House, with John Belushi's unforgettable food fight. But here, the decency and honor and dignity shown to me as an applicant, and the obvious level of civility by the council demonstrated towards each other did not go unnoticed. And during my interview, I also met an extraordinary gentleman who I now call Mr. Mayor. As a student of government and as someone who is proud of being in public service, I instantly recognized that this man exemplifies all that is good and decent and honorable about what we do. I've met a lot of people in my 30 years of public service, but few are as humble and who exemplify the goodness of community service as does our mayor. The work of Mayor Kavanaugh, who has dedicated decades of service to our city, would take hours for us to discuss. But for me as an outsider, what is truly remarkable is his work in highlighting and teaching the importance of building character and integrity and honor to thousands of our youngsters in our school system. I'm sure all of you are aware that he has announced that he will be retiring, but I know he'll be working hard over the next 6 months, continuing his legacy of service. Please join me in recognizing and thanking our mayor, Fred. So why did we accept this position in Aiken, South Carolina? When we came to Aiken, Dolores and I found a city of magnificent beauty and unique charm, a community with a wonderful history, and a lot of citizens committed to preserving that history and everything that is so special about this place. We found a community that has made some wonderful decisions in the past, decisions made by leaders whom I will never know, but whose thoughtful leadership shaped the city and improved the quality of life of our citizens. The recreational areas, the open space and conservation lands, the thriving downtown and business community, the many organizations and associations, leaders in our faith community are all so impressive. We also found a city with a tremendously dedicated city staff. A city with a great cadre of volunteers on a variety of committees and commissions. and a city in good financial shape with no debt. In short, we found in Aiken an impressive city. But even more important to me, a city with the essentials in place, the right people in leadership positions across the city to truly be able to bring us to the next level. Now, in our short tenure here, we've also heard the complaints from time to time. Some have brought a smile to my face as I am able to compare and contrast Aiken with many other cities elsewhere. I not only am from another region of this country, I've had the great honor of serving on the board of directors of the National Civic League for years, which has given me an opportunity to see what works and what doesn't in every corner of this great country. For example, we've all heard about the parking complaints downtown, which fortunately for us is a problem that we can fix. But there are thousands of communities across the country that have a very different problem. You see, they don't have a downtown parking problem, they have a downtown people problem. People don't want to go to their downtown areas. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is truly a tough problem to fix. And just the other day, I heard a complaint about our college and university not having enough of a connection with our city and our downtown area. Now that's an interesting problem as well. You see, thousands of my brother and sister managers would give their left arm to get one institution of higher learning in this region and not the two terrific institutions that we have. In touring the technical college and the university, I quickly came to understand how extraordinarily blessed we are to have both wonderful institutions of higher learning and extraordinary leadership at both. Once again, many would love to be in the position we are here in Aiken. I even heard a complaint the other day, believe it or not, about our own Aiken standard. And that really brought a smile to my face. You see, I was reading my former local paper in Rhode Island just this past weekend online, a newspaper owned by some unknown international entity that changes hands every week or so. And I was reading an article announcing the appointment of my successor. And it stated, quote, recently appointed city manager such and such says he believes the town is in good position and commended former manager John Klimm, who announced last year that he would not seek a contract extension and left in January. I actually left in April. As he went on to take a job in Aiken, Massachusetts. Obviously, this paper's no slave to detail. And of course, there are the chronic complaints about taxes. Now I know I have to watch myself on this one coming from Massachusetts. And I applaud the efforts of so many to keep the tax burden down. That's a good thing. And I also believe that efficiency and cost cutting in the government and public sector should always be the appetizer and not the dessert. But I also know that our state and local tax burden compared to others is clear. In recent studies, South Carolina ranks 42nd out of 50 in overall state and local tax burden compared to other states. An envious and a good place to be. The point is that everything is relative. And an objective evaluation of these and other issues points to the fact that Aiken is, in fact, in a much better place than many. Now, that's not to say we don't have our challenges or issues that need attention. Over the next year, we definitely need to address the following. First, I need to work on issues of transparency and openness and improve the relationship between City Hall and our citizens. When I got here, I found a City Hall literally closed off to the general public, with offices behind closed and locked and multiple doors. I'm still trying to figure out whom exactly it is I'm supposed to be afraid of. But this is not the message that I want to send to our citizens. And fortunately, our council has already addressed this issue by mandating a more open atmosphere. I have really appreciated the invitations to speak to many groups thus far, including the Chamber and Aiken Corporation, the Boy Scouts, the Chamber Ambassadors, the 55 Plus Club, and the NAACP, to name but a few. But that is only the beginning. I want to get out of City Hall and have asked all of my senior managers to recommit themselves to doing the same thing by getting out into the community to attend community and neighborhood meetings. I also want to do much more to fully utilize our information dissemination capacity with new TV programming and information on Channel 4. I want to work with our college and university and high schools to give students work experience opportunities as interns in city departments, for it is their future that we are trying to improve. An effective website and social media are important tools that need to be constantly improved. And what about this? Why not ask our citizens how they feel about city government and what we do or don't do well, and what changes they believe need to be made? If we can ask all of you to reach deeply into your pockets to give us over $50 million a year, shouldn't we be asking you what you think about what you get for that hard-earned money? I'd like to utilize an annual community survey to do just that. Secondly, we need to revisit and refine our vision for the city through a comprehensive planning process and a redrafting of our community comprehensive plan, which is required, by the way, by law. The plan is mandated to have an economic development element, and the Chamber and all of you need to be involved in that process. We need a clear vision here in Aiken and a plan of action to get us where we want to be in the next decade and beyond. Thirdly, we know what we don't know, and we don't have a comprehensive understanding of the condition of our city's infrastructure, nor do we have a legitimate long-range plan to maintain and improve it. I will be asking the council this year to consider funding a draft comprehensive infrastructure plan and an implementation plan so that we don't cripple future generations, including the business community, with excessive debt and infrastructure systems that don't work. And on top of that, a bill for hundreds of millions of dollars because of deferred maintenance. Fourthly, I am bothered by comments I have heard regarding the city not being business friendly. I will review the permitting process and the rules and regulations that we impose on our business community compared to other communities, and I encourage all of your input in this regard. Are we allowing and encouraging business to grow and thrive, or are we stifling economic opportunity in our city? Sometimes a change in policy is needed, and sometimes it's just a better attitude within City Hall. All too often in the public sector, we forget the importance of great customer service. And you, the local business community, are our customers. And lastly, I need to review the entirety of the city operation to search for ways to increase our efficiency, reduce costs, and to continually improve the services that we do provide. I will call for operational audits in every city department over the next few years, because no matter how good we think we are, there is always room for improvement. In closing, I end where I began, with a belief that Aiken is a wonderful city, poised to become even better. But I join you in knowing that much more needs to be done. Over the next year, we will redefine our vision through a comprehensive planning process. We will define our true infrastructure needs so that we can put together a true infrastructure plan. We will take an aspirational tour with many of you and visit several of our sister cities to find out what is working for them. We will be putting the city government and present service delivery under a microscope in search of efficiencies and cost savings. We will implement a new economic development strategy in partnership with the Chamber and our business community to promote thoughtful economic development activity. And we will expand our recreation programs with new facilities on the north side and greater opportunities for our seniors with a new community center. I look forward to working with all of you and the Chamber and their great staff to improve the economic vitality of the city. The good news is that compared to our sister cities across the country, we have so much going for us. The bad news is that we can't rest on the hard work of leaders past. We need to move forward with a clear vision, with a determination to make this great city even better. Ladies and gentlemen, I look around this city and indeed around this very room, and I see extraordinary people who have chosen to make a difference in this city, at the chamber, at the university and college, at our hospitals, at the county, our faith communities, our various committees and commissions, our local business community, our terrific state and federal elected and appointed leaders, our retirees, and so much more. In short, I see a wonderful foundation for us to move forward. Now I want to tell you the rest of the story. The real reason that I accepted this position is because of the 5 other wonderful communities that I was considering. I came to believe that this city, your city, by far, has the greatest possibility, the greatest potential, and is best positioned to be one of the outstanding communities, not only in South Carolina, but in this country in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, we will make decisions over the next 5 years that will forever define who we are. We have been given an extraordinary opportunity to seize the moment to achieve lasting change. There are those in our community who have and will continue to tear us apart with chronic complaints and a level of negativity that is neither helpful nor productive. And then there are the rest of you who get up each and every morning and work hard for your business and organization, for your family, and for our community. You care deeply about this place we call home, and you want the very best for present and future residents. As your new city manager, I hope that I can convince all of you who are already so very active in the city to stay involved. And I hope that I can convince those on the sidelines, our retirees, our young professionals and others, that have so much to offer us, to take a new look at us and to connect or re-engage with us to help us move this great city forward. Thank you.